Hello, Imber, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I believe that we are live. So, welcome everybody. If you're watching live, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Coach Mary Medley, and I work with women from the ages of um, 25 to 45 who are dealing with issues of imposter syndrome, burnout, toxic work relationships, and surviving business loss, as well as self love. Today, I am honored to have with me a wonderful lady who happens to be from Israel. Her name is Imbar Golt, and she is an inclusivity consultant, public speaker, writer, and mentor for journeys of empowerment and change. She was born blind, but has not allowed that to define her life. Our topic today will be the art of overcoming. Amber, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you're well.
I'm very well, and my pleasure, Mary.
All right, thank you so much. Tell us more about yourself. I think that you do a better introduction than I ever would.
Oh, you've done a great job, actually. I've grown up as a child to a single mother with an older sister who is sighted. Um, and my mother, I think, has done a lot to help me grow up to be an independent person with a lot of skills and a lot of confidence in myself, and a lot of, you mentioned self-love, which is very important for
Yes.
everything. And yeah, I'm developing it. I'm still learning. It's a learning process. You never stop improving, and you never stop learning how to love yourself more and how to love others more,
Mhm.
and how to overcome, the things that life gives you, to learn and to grow and to develop and to evolve. So that's what I do.
Okay.
I My life is about empowering people, empowering women especially.
It seems to me you have a very positive attitude
I do my
and a
best.
very positive outlook. So, according to you, what is overcoming? What does overcoming mean to you?
I think overcoming means living life as fully as possible with the cards that life gives you, but also, pulling more cards from the packet, just learning how to make things happen for yourself and how to live your life to the full with happiness and with joy and with love and with positivity, as you said, and with kindness and with compassion. And life is not always full of chocolate and flowers and good things. There are also challenges, there are also, problems. But I tend to see problems and challenges as opportunities, as advantages, as even gifts, you know, because that's for me, that's overcoming, because you learn how to treat everything that comes your way as an opportunity, as a way to grow, as a way to develop yourself, to be a better person, and to do something good for the world. And that's really what overcoming is for me.
Wow. So, what are the techniques that you have used in order to develop um, that attitude and to become an overcomer?
Yeah. Um, the first thing one has to remember, every one of us has to remember, is to be patient, because sometimes a process may take an hour or a minute, but sometimes it can take years to overcome a problem or a challenge. Yeah. So, and you have to do it in a holistic way. You have to consider every aspect and every point in the challenge or in what you have to face. It can be a physical, technical stuff, but you have to consider the emotional and the mental and maybe the spiritual aspect of it. You have to consider your attitudes, and you have to consider others' attitudes, other people's attitudes. And another technique is taking small steps. If something doesn't work, you can take the smallest steps in order to make it work. And if something doesn't work, to make it, to solve it, then you choose another way and you start again from square one, let's say. And you start again with small steps. If nothing else works, the smallest steps can get you closer to your goal or to your to overcoming something. And life is not all about overcoming, but it's a part of it.
That is true. There's so many people who have so many things to overcome. I can imagine, though, that you being born blind, it must have not been the easiest thing, not just for you, but also for your family. So how did you overcome the stigma of blindness to become a successful businesswoman?
I have been always as natural as I could be. Just a person with a heart and with a mind and with dreams and with wants and with aspirations and wishes and everything. I don't see myself as blind and the other people's as sighted. I see myself as seeing things in a different way. And when you see yourself as someone like that, you can overcome everything, or you can really thrive. It's not really overcoming, it's succeeding and it's thriving. And everybody has their definition of success. But still, it's seeing every little positive thing you can see. For us, um, as a family and for myself, um, the stigma of blindness was something that I overcame with humor, a lot of jokes, a lot of kindness to others, a lot of showing them that I'm a person and that they're people and I love them for who they are. So they love me for who I am. Most of the time, I'm not saying everything is perfect and everything is a rose garden, but
Yeah,
this is the attitude and this is the main goal or the main hope that I have.
that's amazing. It is positive. I know you say that you try, but I'm
I
feeling
say I
nothing
do
but
my best. I don't
positivity.
try. I do my best.
Yes. So, do you suffer from imposter syndrome in any
No, I don't.
situation?
I don't. Not at all.
Wow.
Because I believe that the gifts that I was given, that I was born with, I got, and thank you, divinity, for everything you have given me. And the
Hmm.
skills and the talents that I've developed, I've worked hard to earn them. So I don't think an imposter, and I don't think anything is false or people would see me as a fraud or something like that, because I've earned those skills and those things that I've developed, and I've got the things that I was born with out of love of the divine. So I'm blessed and I worked hard, and I don't waste time on this. Of on First of all, I don't waste time on what other people think of me. And second of all, I don't criticize. I do my best not to criticize myself, especially not to find myself as false or as a fraud or anything like that. That has to do with imposter syndrome. And I think
That's
everybody should learn that, or it's better for us, for all of us, to learn it, because we're all worthy. Everybody is worthy in their own very existence. And your worst enemy can be yourself. If you tell yourself you're an imposter, then you got your work cut out for you. You got a lot of work to do in order to overcome this. And I'm not saying it out of superiority. I'm saying it with a lot of care and a lot of love to everybody who feels this way. Anybody who feels this way, please,
hmm
please remember you are worthy, no matter who you are or what you tell yourself or what you have people tell you. This is very important. And I say it from the heart.
You are worthy no matter what anybody says.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, this is very true. I have to say, I was reading a blog that you had been interviewed on, and it was about your travels to Kenya
Oh,
and
yeah.
how
I
you
know.
are able to enjoy um, even the scenery, even though you can't see it. And I found that to be so inspiring, and it really spoke a lot to me because I happen to have my late father. He lost his eyesight as an adult, and it was such a harsh transition. I wish he had met you because I think you would have taught him how to live and enjoy the things that other people can see that you cannot see. I think that that was really hard. Have you met other people who maybe lost their eyesight in
Oh, yeah.
adulthood
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and having a
It's
hard time?
yeah. Yeah. They are having a hard time because they're having a hard time accepting the blindness. Once someone accepts their condition and doesn't
Mhm.
fight it, they have a lot of time and a lot of free attention to other things, to dealing with it and to coping with it and to succeeding, even being blind or just having another different abilities. I call it. I don't call it disability. I call it a different ability because we all have different abilities, and the blindness sometimes gives me or gives other people abilities and could have given your father has he had he accepted his blindness and not fought it and
Yeah.
just learned to live with it to the best of his ability. And I think anybody who gets becomes blind as an adult or has another problem. We all have other challenges. I also have other challenges. I have chronic physical pains, but I don't let them, I've learned not to let them manage my life. And it has to do with accepting it, not fighting it, not resisting it, and then learning how to do the best, to make the best out of the situation. And it's even more than making a lemonade out of lemons, like people tell us. Yeah, it's even more
Yeah.
than that. It's making a lemon cake out of it. It's making not even a lemon cake, it's making the best cake you can, a chocolate cake if you want to forget the lemons, you know? So it's making the best of what you can with what you have. And it has a lot to do with attitudes. I'm sure you know it, and many other people who listen
Yes.
know it. Has a lot to do with attitude. If you have a positive attitude, you can move mountains. Just remembering that, I mean, thank goodness we're alive, we're breathing, we're here to do the best we can and maybe to do something good for the world and not only for ourselves, because it gives meaning to what we're going through. It gives purpose to our lives. Yeah, not only being
Yeah.
okay, I'm blind, I'm this, I'm that. No, I'm saying it with a bit of a smile because you I understand people are going through very, very tough times, terrible things that I have never experienced, and I hope nobody has to experience, but I know that people do. And whatever you're experiencing, I have a tremendous amount of empathy and compassion towards you. But I do believe that accepting any situation and being positive and being and understanding you're never alone, you're always supported. It depends on your beliefs, either by the divine or by other people or by whatever gives you faith and strength and hope and seeing the positive and seeing the things, the gifts that you get, because every, as I said, and I'll say it again and again because it's very important, every challenge, every situation, no matter how bad it is an opportunity for growth.
Every
That was a speech,
challenge,
but it was very
every
important.
situation. Sorry, I
I
didn't
said
get
that was
that.
some speech, but it was very important for me to say, you know.
No, 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 no. You're welcome to say it. That's why we have you here, because everything you're saying is such an inspiration. You said that
Thank
every challenge is an opportunity,
for growth.
for growth. Got it. I'm
And
definitely going to be sharing that with more
you do
women,
that. Yeah,
especially.
you do that, please. And it can become a gift. I think my blindness is a
Hmm.
gift, by the way, because
Yeah.
I can see, and I'm saying it, so many things
Hmm.
in so many ways that if I was sighted, the physical sight would have distracted me, would have taken away from the attention I give into the deeper self, let's say, or deeper stuff that other people tell me, or that I feel and hear and know about me, around me in the world, you know. So I
Yeah.
see it as a gift, and everybody can see their challenge as a gift. But let's start with an opportunity for growth first, you know.
That's true. So, how did you learn to ask for help?
Oh my goodness, that was very difficult because I grew up with a mother who was very proud, and she has difficulties asking for help until today. And she is learning her lesson now because she's getting older and she's getting more, it's harder for her to function physically, and she needs to ask for help. But thank goodness I learned it early, or earlier in life,
Yeah.
because I saw that first of all, I saw that I had no choice. And people had to read for me materials at school. So I had to ask for them, to ask them to read it for me. People had to guide me around a city or a place. I'm a public speaker. I travel all over the world, especially in Israel, but also the world, to give talks, to give lectures. So I had to ask for people to tell me how to get to a place or how to get to where I give my talk or my lecture. So yeah, that was another thing. But it
Yeah.
taught me to trust. It taught me to be powerful, to feel power and strength, and that it's not a weakness to ask for help. It's a strength actually, because you know your own worth, you know your own value, and you know other people's value, and you know that they can help you. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes. I completely get it because for my father, he was upwardly mobile all his life, and then to suddenly go blind, it definitely resonates with me. He really wanted to do things himself still, and he had to do a lot of learning in order to be able to get help.
Yes.
It was a learning process, I think, also for everyone around him.
That's right. But there are a lot of things that blind people can do for themselves, of course. But if you
Yeah.
become blind, or if you become differently able at some point in your life, you have to learn. You have to learn how to do those things, and you have to learn how to ask for help. And it's the greatest thing. I think it's the greatest gift that a person helps you.
Hmm.
They learn. They learn too. They learn love. They learn compassion. They learn empathy, and you get new friends when people help you.
Patience. That's true. So, speaking of learning, what beliefs about physical ability have you learned living as a differently abled person?
I'm glad you're learning yourself. You're already using this phrase. It's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I always thought that I could do everything. I thought I could fly a plane and drive a car when I was a kid. Yeah, and I was a 6-year-old child. But never mind. That's a bit of a joke. But I always believed that I could do the best can with my physical abilities. I could do sports. I could do I could walk around the country, and I went on many trips. I could do my hobbies were physical too. I went birding. Was woodworking. Um, I did a bit of judo. I do a lot of sailing until today. I love sailing. I love rowing. So my physical abilities um, were not impaired by my different ability, or by my different sight, actually. Um, As I mentioned, I have chronic pains, and they taught me a great deal about physical abilities and about physical limitations. And I'm slowly, slowly getting back to myself as a physical person doing sports and doing stuff because there were many, not many, but a few years that I couldn't do much as far as physical stuff was concerned. I could not walk for long periods of times. I could not do sports because I was so much pain. But now I'm managing to heal it and having great help from friends. We are in a very, very big empowering group, a global empowering group, and we help each other and we learn how to heal and energetically and all kinds of stuff and do empowerment as well. So I'm healing myself and I'm getting help from others and I'm getting there. I'm getting myself back to doing sports, to swimming, doing aerobics, to riding an exercise bike, the rowing machine that I have at home. And yeah, that's for me a great achievement as far as physical abilities are concerned.
I think you do much more than I do. I'm embarrassed.
No, don't be. Everybody does what they want and what they need to do.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to up my game. I definitely need to increase the activities in my life. Um,
They'll be good. They'll be healthier.
what? Yes, definitely. So, what kind of coaching do you provide?
I do spiritual coaching, empowerment, and energetic healing, spiritual healing as well.
Mhm.
Um, I talk to people. I do a holistic some talk, and if they need healing, the physical healing, we concentrate on this. If they need emotional healing, then we concentrate on that. If they want business advice, then we do that. It's a holistic type of thing, but it's also sort of matched and geared towards the person who comes for coaching. And I also do a lot of coaching through my talks. It's a group kind of thing, but it works. I mean, it really is a great way because people in the group they give each other feedback and they give each other support and they sort of help each other grow, and it's a great thing to watch. It's a great thing to see when a group does this kind of dynamic. And I do some things I do it in nature, through birding or through connecting to nature. That's also a thing that I do. It's a very special kind of thing.
Sorry, I don't think I heard the last part.
I'm saying I do stuff also with nature, with groups. We go into
Ah, okay.
nature, we do a lot of birding, or we do some talk about different things, and it's another way to get connected to yourself, connected to others, and connected to the planet, and it's very important for me.
Okay. What resources can women who are differently abled be able to access for work, for school, to achieve their goals? What advice would you give?
It's not only for women who are differently able; it's for everyone. I think the resources that are most important are the ones that you have within yourself, your strength and your belief and your faith, whatever it is, doesn't matter. The
Yeah.
support you have for yourself, your self love, as we talked about it, your, your abilities, your skills, your talents, your gifts, the things you were born with, the things you developed, the things you've worked at. Um, you do your self work. If you do internal emotional work or spiritual or mental or you know thought processing or whatever, anything that can give you your strength and can give you knowledge. It doesn't matter which kind of knowledge. It can be book knowledge, it can be intuition, it can be heart knowledge, it can be a skill you have. These are the most important resources. Then you've got other types of resources, like the people you can turn to for support, or your teachers, or your guides, or the people you work with, or the people you study with, or your family, or your friends, whoever you can turn to, and you can get your support from is great. And there are other things that are not very physical. And if you get your strength, or you can recharge your batteries in nature, or if you turn to the divine for support in your strength and your health and you know, your, your support. So it's a great resource. It's a great resource for support, if you believe. Um, yeah, many types of support and many types of resources. You just have to find the ones that are most suitable for you, let's say.
Okay. Do you have any books or publications that you have released or put out there that we should go get?
No, this is my dream to publish books. I haven't done it yet, but
Okay.
I'm close to finishing a book, and I've already found a good publisher. I hope so. So maybe you'll
Yeah.
see one in the next months or years. I don't know. We'll see when this dream comes true.
That that would be amazing. Make sure you keep me updated, and I can always share with everybody at our transformation table, so that they can be able to not only keep up with your life story but also be inspired. Um, if we forget anything or everything that you have said, what's the one thing or one piece of advice you would like to give, especially women, because I mostly work with women,
Yes.
about overcoming? What's your last word?
Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to your dreams, your heart. Listen to what you tell yourself. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself for who you are. You are a worthy human being. Doesn't matter what people tell you. It doesn't matter even what you tell yourself as a criticism. But when you give yourself
Mhm.
support, when you give yourself the strength that you need to overcome stuff, or to live your life to the best of your ability, then that's the most important thing.
I love that. Listen to what you tell yourself, because it does become a manifestation, isn't it? The more you repeat criticisms or negative things to yourself.
Yeah, listen to the things that give you support from yourself. That's the most important thing.
Listen to the things that give support. I think that should be our last word. I want to say thank you so much for coming online, for allowing me to ask you questions, and for taking the time. I do hope that if anybody is watching this on replay on YouTube, they can be able to get the information about Imber. They should be in the description. I'm going to put everything in the description, how you can reach her, her website, her links. And Imber, thank you so, so much for coming on.
My pleasure, Mary.
Thank you. So we've come to the end of today's live. We are doing this every single Thursday, 3 p.m. EST, 10 p.m. East Africa time, and it will be live on Facebook. So make sure if you're watching this on replay on YouTube, make sure to click like, subscribe, share, let everybody know. And check us out also on LinkedIn, on Instagram. I will be sharing all of the links, like I said, for info. For our next guest, coming Thursday, same time, we'll be talking to Rayleigh Modinaria. She is a relationship intelligence coach, and we have so much to talk about. So I hope to see all of you next time. Imba, have a good day or rest of evening, and bye bye to everybody.
Thank you.